All right, welcome back to the channel. This week, we're driving the 2023 Genesis GV70 Electrified. And you can see it's a very nice blue that it's finished in here. A very clean SUV. If you've seen the one with the engine in it, then you've almost seen this one because they're so similar. A little quick walk around here, and then I'll give you a startup because I owe you that. And look at this. The brakes are labeled Genesis, and they're white. I really like that. The contrast between the blue and the white. And we come around back quick. We have these really cool taillights. Again, not much of a difference. I'd say the biggest difference in the back is that there's no exhausts. And I'll let you be the judge of whether or not you think this needs the exhaust to look cool in the rear end or not. But to me, it's all right. It's an electric vehicle. So you know what? We are going to take it. And one more thing I'll show you just before we'll actually hop in, and I'll give you my first driving impressions of stuff. But the charge port is actually right here. Give that a little push, and you can pop that bad boy right out, which is really cool. I really do like this. Alrighty, so now I owe you a startup sequence. So let's take a look at that. Open this. Look at this white interior. Yes, sir. We're driving in luxury this week. Just trying to pipe my feet off so I don't just dirty anything. But here we go. Startup sequence. Let's do it. All right, I'm gonna put my GoPro up and I'll give you my first initial driving impressions for the GV70. Let's do it. Okay, so the first initial driving impressions for the Genesis GV70 Electrified. First of all, when you step in, it is just overkill on the luxury. Like, there is just so much luxury in here, but it also feels like just any normal luxury SUV that you would get. It feels, you know, almost, I'm assuming, similar to what the actual GV70 with the gas engine in it feels really close, because I think that was the point, right? Is to just put an electric engine in it and, you know, make it as efficient as possible, and there you go. So I think they've done that. I haven't driven the actual gas one, but I'm assuming if I did, I wouldn't find too much differences. Obviously, you can see right away the interior is super nice. Like, I've got white everything. Maybe not the best if you have kids, but I don't yet, so I have the luxury of having this and not having to worry about it. And you can see how nice the back is. You can see how nice the stitching is already. It's like, it handles so well, and the ride quality already, I can tell you, is like one of the top ride qualities I've had this year. It is really good in the handling department, really, really good in, you know, just the ride quality. It mutes all the bumps, right? So I can also throw it in sport mode. I have a boost button on my steering wheel, so I will press it and then I will rip it like this. God, that's scary. Okay. And, you know, obviously nobody needs that kind of power. I think I just flew a whole bunch of stuff, God knows where, but nobody needs that power. Nobody needs that kind of acceleration, but here we are and we have it. And without the boost, I can still, okay. Oof, that'll give you a headache real quick. Oh my God, I wonder if I move my GoPro by doing that. That is just, it is just quick. So it does hit a very high price point, unfortunately, but it does compete with other things like the Tesla Model Y Performance and other things like that. It is raining, so hopefully you don't hear too much of the rain noise, but yeah, it does compete with those things well, but it kind of gives you more of the car feel than maybe a Tesla does. And maybe some people that are, you know, in the market for an $84,000 luxury electric SUV want more of a car feel. And if you do, well, then this is going to be perfect for you, because the car feel is definitely there and the EV feel is also definitely there. This thing is an absolute rocket. So yeah, I'm actually filming like on day, we'll call it day 2, because I got a little bit more driving in last night, a little bit more of everything in last night, so I kind of have a better opinion on it on day 2. So yeah, overall though, I think so far so good. I mean, I'm gonna, you know, really dive deep and try to find some cool different features and stuff that I could try to show you and stuff like that throughout the week here, so stay tuned for all that. But there you go, there's the first driving impressions for the Genesis GV70 Electrified. I'll see you later on in the week. Okay, I am standing outside at nighttime in the light, so you can kind of see the color, and also I turned the headlights off because otherwise it would ping the camera, but the daytime stuff is still on, so you should be able to see as a plane passes directly over as I start to film. But anyways, you can still check that out to the back. Let's see though, there is a projection. I'm not sure if I can show it now. I don't know if it'll do it because the car's not off. Usually there's like a projection right there, but the car is off. So I'll show you just quickly the back seat at night because it just looks crazy. Like the ambient lighting in here is probably, honestly, one of the best that I've seen all year. So let's actually hop inside. There's a little bit of light coming through the sunroof, but you can still probably see it really well. Let's get in. So there we go. Let it kind of go dark. Like all this is lit up. All this is blue. Like, and this color is completely changeable. Like all of it is changeable. Like look at the back seat now in the dark. Oh boy. So the way you change it is you kind of got to dig in the settings. It's not a simple change. And I wish it was, because this is a cool lighting system. So you got to go vehicle, setting vehicles, and then all the way down to where it says lights. Obviously lights, ambient lighting. And then right now we're on custom color, but we can change this guy to red. And boom. Look at that. We're all in red. And you can kind of just play with this. It's really cool. There it is. There's the Genesis logo I was talking about. Comes right from the mirror. I'm actually at home now, so there you go. Boom. Genesis logo. That's really cool. Alrighty, let's have it then. Let's do a quick interior tour because I'm parked in the street right now and I got to move it back into my driveway. But let's do a quick interior tour for the week. Oh yes, opens automatically. Very good. You've already seen it at nighttime maybe. And so now we're going to show you in the daytime. Little start up once again. Kind of moves everything into my way here. Start button right there, no problem. Everything turns on. Look at this. So let's start with the obvious thing in here is the steering wheel, or the obvious thing is, you probably noticed anyways already, it's completely white in here. Complete whiteout of a interior design, which we like. But if your hands are dirty, you're getting the steering wheel dirty because yeah, kind of direct contact, so I can't really help anything there. But nice Genesis logo, nice volume controls, nice cruise control controls as well, and this boost button, which is a ton of fun. And I'm pretty sure I already pressed it, but I can't even remember what I filmed this week. I'm pretty sure I already pressed it for you. So you saw that already. You saw that break my neck, which was fun. This is a digital gauge cluster here, or a 3D digital gauge cluster. You can't see it on the camera, but trust me, in person, it does kind of shine out and it's very cool to look at. Got all your basic stuff. You know, if you've driven an electric Hyundai, then you kind of know what to expect from this infotainment here, because it really is close to the Hyundai 5, 6, whichever one that you may or may not have driven or looked at. So very close to that, but this is just very upscale. All the materials in here feel very good. The seats are extremely comfortable. You know, you have like a bunch of nice ambient lighting, which you already saw, 2 memory seats here, a whole bunch of stuff for this, automatic tailgate in the back there, nice infotainment screen, which I can control with this guy. You know, you can have your EV settings up here, which is really cool. Like, it's just all laid out perfectly. You got some fan controls here as well as ventilated and heated seats, wired Apple CarPlay, wired Android Auto as well, wireless charging pad right down here. I really like this. This is really cool. The shifter kind of lights up at night too. This you can either use like as a scroll wheel or like a touch wheel. Very nice. Can't go wrong with this. Yeah, and the infotainment is just clean. Like, it's just responsive and clean, and I love the speed of it. You can customize everything about the vehicle right here, which is very good. These seats are super comfortable as well. Really nice to sit in. This is like a pillow here. Nice moonroof up there too, which you can't complain about. You got these buttons on the side here that the passenger that's sitting right there could actually control the seat. If they want more room, they can move the seat up and have more legroom in the back. There's a ton of legroom in the back, by the way, but we'll get to that. We also have a button here for our 360-degree parking camera. I can press it and I can like swirl it around. And yeah, it's a very good render, but it's exactly the spec. I mean, the purchase price for this thing is like $84,000. So you kind of need really good materials overall, and it has all of it. You know, I don't really mind having a second screen for my HVAC stuff because it's a full screen and it's dedicated to just doing that. So that's completely fine with me. So yeah, really, really good interior for the GV70 Electrified. Also, what's impressed me as well is like the speed of this thing. Like, look at this. Look how fast it changes. Like, I know in some Hyundais and some like digital gauge clusters just in general, you don't get very fast speed for the gauge cluster. This is smooth and speedy, and every single one is nice and different, which is cool. So yeah, there you go. That's the interior for the Genesis GV70 Electrified. Let's pick it up later on during the week. We'll do the back seat eventually and a whole bunch of other stuff. The week is coming to an end though, so I don't have much time, but we're gonna do it. So I'm just driving home, kind of in the back roads, you know, so I can actually hold the camera and drive. And I wanted to see if I could like push it and show you how it shows you the charge in the gauge cluster. And it like, this car like absolutely just flies on the road. Like, it's kind of insane. Good old Montreal, always some type of dust and construction somewhere. If it's not the fires in Quebec, it is the Montreal construction. We gotta love it, eh? Look at all that stuff there. Anyways, this car really drives really cool, really well as well. Like I can floor it through this dust here, come out the other side. It's just really cool, and that made my windshield absolutely disgusting, so that's gonna be fun to clean later. But yeah, just wanted to show you what it looks like in action. If I can later, like I'll put my GoPro on quick and I'll just kind of give you guys like I'll press the boost button. I don't want to do that while I'm kind of on the back roads, kind of going like a main road and like absolutely do it. But with my GoPro on, so everything's safe and ready to go. So I'll pick it maybe back up a little bit later for that. Okay, so last day with the Genesis GV70. Unfortunately, you can see the lights are flashing now because I actually want to show you something before we head out, but I'll do one last walk around, one last final impressions before I have to give the vehicle away and like, you know, drop it off and do all that sad stuff. But next week we'll get another one, so maybe I'm not that upset about it. So now the car's locked, but I'll see if I can still do it. It moves by itself, which is the coolest thing. So you can press it right here. I don't know if the car went off or not. It did go off. Okay, so hang on, we're gonna try to see if we can restart it. Turn the car on because it's got a starter on it. Bingo. Then we'll press this button here, we'll hold it, and it should start to move forward all on its own. Look at this. So I'm not doing that, obviously. There's nobody in the car. I'm very close to it. And yeah, I mean, why not? You know, $84,000 and it can do this. So that's pretty crazy. So we'll leave it there for now. I'll pick it up, give you my final impressions, and then yeah, we'll end things off for the week. So we're ending off the video in the back seat because I feel like there is a portion of this car that, you know, is meant to be driven in as much as it's meant to be driven in. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm sitting in the back seat to tell you how the ride is. So I got my wife driving the car and, you know, she's figuring out the electric stuff. So we'll give that a second. It's very comfortable back here. Like, got so much headroom. I've got so much leg room because I actually have the passenger controls right here on my seat. So that's really cool. So I just kind of wanted to end up the video because it's been a week. It's unfortunate. I got to drop the car off in like, you know, a couple hours here and I'm going to get rid of it. And then, you know, no more GV70, no more luxurious life, back to my normal Hyundai Elantra Sport, which it doesn't have the same ride quality or anything. So anyways, it's just been a good luxurious week, no problems at all. EV's been great, easy to charge, easy to use, regenerative braking is right there too. Sport mode, this thing is an absolute bullet of a car. And yeah, the only thing like that I've been saying in my reviews and everything is that, you know, it's just, yes, it keeps up with Tesla and its competition in most of the parts, and even in some parts it beats them, but the part that it's lacking is in the range. It just doesn't have that much range on a full charge, and it just would give me way too much range anxiety to try to do a road trip with this thing. So that's kind of the worst part of the GV70, but everything else is just luxury overkill, and it is 1000% luxury electrified. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and leave everything there for this week with the GV70 electric. Stay tuned for the next week. I've got more things coming this month. I've got my whole month of October booked already for you guys, so you're gonna wanna look forward to that. But that has been the week with the GV70. So I'll see you next week, see you in the next car. Take care.